Mike Tomlin was asked about the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation today, and this is what he had to say.
Mike, how did Russ look this week, and if you're ready to name a starter?
I am, but I'm just going to, keep that in-house. But I thought he was sharp. I thought Justin was sharp as well. I thought we had a highly productive week from both guys and from the unit as a whole.
Mike, is a scenario still in play where you could use both quarterbacks on Sunday?
Certainly.
Assistants make suggestions, you make decisions. How much input does Arthur have on these situations, just given that he's been game planning with Justin for 6 weeks?
I wear the decisions.
I'm saying 5 minutes later, okay? Because Mike Tomlin, after practice, says, we have an answer. I'm just not going to give it to you. No matter how much you've been watching practice, no matter how much you know the answer to this question, I will not give you the answer. We're taking this to game time. We're taking this to kickoff. You will find out when that person's name is announced as the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, before we dive into this, how hilarious would it be if the Steelers announced the offense and at the end of it said, your quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields? Would be incredible. Unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen. Basketball season is right around the corner, and there are few live events that make you feel as in the moment, and I get it, football season is probably one of them, where you feel like you're there, you're part of the action. Well, let me tell you about GameTime and how GameTime has this new feature called GameTime Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. GameTime Picks filter out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I decided to jump on and see what Pittsburgh Steelers versus New York Jets tickets look like in primetime, and it took me 3 seats before they hit me with a great deal, telling me that not only are these probably the cheapest, but for the view, they may be the best deal that anybody can offer. Let me walk you through a couple of really nice things about GameTime. First, priority. GameTime Picks curates to make it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. They give you all-in pricing, which means that this feature shows you the total upfront cost with no surprise fees at checkout, because that is the absolute worst thing about buying tickets. They give you seat views because nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to show up not knowing what their view of the stadium is going to look like. The lowest price guaranteed, or GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. And GameTime ticket coverage, which means that your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime Picks. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use our code ALLSteelers for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code ALLSteelers for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? Game time. This is less than 5 minutes later talking to George Pickens. This is what he has to say when asked about if he's putting in extra work with Russell Wilson this week in preparation for a potential change at quarterback.
I know you've had a long time chemistry with Justin going back to high school. How's your relationship developed with Russ since he got here?
Ever since training camp. I'll probably say about 2 months now, which is, I feel like, it's pretty good. And then, like I always said, Russ, you know how he attacked the game, approached the game, went into Super Bowls is always a little different.
Have you noticed him putting in extra time this week, maybe working with you one-on-one just to try to get on the same page?
Yeah, getting on the same page after practice starting, more than usual, because, this is first start.
Well, Mike, I think we could all sit here and we could all come up with a billion responses. I like to picture that the Pittsburgh Steelers were in a meeting, okay? And all of a sudden, everybody looks at their phone, and George Pickens and Russell Wilson are going viral for some reason. And they all start clicking on it and realize, dude, what are you doing, man? We went all week long. Nobody let it slip. And you're saying the last interview of the week. Now, let's be honest. This is hilarious. This is nothing against George. Who cares that George let it slip? Because at the end of the day, we all knew this. We knew this all week long. We knew this Tuesday, the second Mike Tomlin said that he is reopening the door for whatever quarterback situation he is welcoming. Everybody knew exactly what was going to happen with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They made no effort to hide it outside of Mike Tomlin being so in a vacuum that he doesn't. I mean, does he really think? Did he really think all week? Like, man, dude, I got the Jets by the cojones here, man. They have no idea. They have no idea. He's probably sitting there at dinner just like, guys, they have no idea who the starting quarterback of my team is this weekend. I mean, that's just, there was no secret. There was no surprise. Here we are, the Pittsburgh Steelers working with Russell Wilson, a move that was anticipated for months. Started to ease up, but even when it started to ease up, you kind of felt, and the conversation continued of, is this Justin's team? No, it's not. When will that change happen? Well, we're just waiting. Do I think that it was made maybe 1, maybe 2 weeks a little early? Possibly. Did I still anticipate it happening? Certainly.